What's up, everybody? We are back in the Hangry District kitchen, and today we are making one of my favorite and easiest cocktail party snack, which are sweet and savory roasted nuts. You can do them on the stovetop, but I like to do them in the oven because you can just put them in the oven and forget about it, and you have a delicious little party snack that you can set around your house that guests can nosh on. They're sweet, they're a little spicy, they're savory, and they're delicious. So what we're gonna start with is this many nuts. We have cashews, pecans, some macadamia nuts, and some almonds. So you can use whatever mixed nut variety you like. If you just want to stick to almonds, if you want to throw in some hazelnuts, maybe some walnuts, whatever you like. Just have a little bit of a mixture going on. So it's really easy. We have about a pound or so of nuts here, and we're going to mix in the following. We've got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar that I've tightly packed in here. I'm gonna plop that in. Then we've got 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I might add a little bit more melted butter. We'll see how this does. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use canola oil, vegetable oil, any kind of oil, coconut oil, whatever oil you have. Then I like to do a little sweet and savory, so I'm gonna add some cinnamon. About like 18 shakes, maybe about 2 tablespoons. Some ground nutmeg, just a little bit. Nutmeg is actually sweet and spicy, so I like to use it for savory dishes and sweet dishes. It's actually my secret ingredient in my homemade macaroni and cheese. And some cayenne pepper. You wanna go easy on the cayenne pepper. A little bit goes a long way, but you do wanna spice it up a little bit. Maybe a teaspoon or 2. Make sure I get all that oil in there. And some salt, of course. The nuts that I'm using are not salted, so I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of salt. We're just gonna use a spatula and kind of mix this all together. Just sort of make sure that everything is evenly coated. You might see a couple of thyme sprigs floating around in there. We're gonna add rosemary and thyme to the mixture. You can see that just with that little amount of butter and rosemary and oil, they get really nice and coated. Okay, so I've prepared a baking sheet with some aluminum foil, and I'm just going to dump the nuts on. Make sure to scrape all of that brown sugar on, because you need that for the sweetness, and they'll also kind of caramelize, so they'll kind of stick together and create some delicious little clusters. Now, the butter that I used, I also infused with a little bit of garlic, so that will just kind of bring out the savory component a little bit more. But you can just use regular butter. I'm just gonna shake this so they're all evenly spread out. You wanna make sure that they're in one even layer, so they all get a chance to get the same amount of heat, same amount of attention from the oven. Parchment paper would also work if you don't have aluminum foil, or you could just put it right on the pan. But this just helps for a little bit of an easier cleanup. Okay, so then we're just going to stick some sprigs of thyme and rosemary on top so that those flavors can just kind of infuse. We will remove them when we take them out of the oven because they're just gonna burn. But that's okay, the flavor will be infused. We want the flavor, but not the bitterness from the cooked herbs. Okay, so these are going to go into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees. And we'll see you in a minute. Okay, it's been 20 minutes, so we're gonna check our roasted nuts with sweet and savory and spicy components. We're gonna pull them out. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at this, people. They smell so good. If you listen closely, you can hear them sizzling. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. So, I'm going to discard the rosemary and the thyme because they're just crispy and burned. But they've done their job. They've imparted all the flavor. Then, I'm going to get my spatula. These, just kind of give them a nice little toss. Then I'm going to sprinkle them with fresh rosemary and thyme. So we still have that delicious rosemary thyme flavor, but not the burnt one. If you don't have fresh on hand, you can absolutely use dried. So then I'm just going to dump them into a bowl and give them a nice toss. Oh God, this is gonna be hard. This is when a friend in the kitchen comes in handy. Okay. They smell incredible. So then you can just either serve them hot or let them come to room temperature. You can make these up to a week in advance, keep them in an airtight container, and then serve them the day of your party. It's a perfect little salty snack to keep everybody drinking and fed. So thanks for watching. You can find the recipe on hangrydistrict.com and make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can see all the future videos coming up. We've got a pizza party, some pickled peppers. You can watch our Game of Thrones series. And I just am so happy that you're watching. So have a great day. Ciao.